welcome to another episode of It's All Love Podcast, Season 3, Episode 4. Y'all, we got some hot topics for y'all tonight, man. I hope y'all ready. Y'all know if y'all want to follow me, it's at Butter TV. And, we got the one, the only, Noble Noah.
What's going on, everybody? We back. Like my man Butter said, we back for another episode, a fourth episode of season 3. The season already moving fast.
Mm-hmm.
We got some hot topics for y'all tonight. Like I said, if y'all haven't followed me already, follow me at Noah_Noah. And like I said, we're gonna make this show hot for y'all tonight.
We got the man, the myth, TKO, Mr. Off the Top Media.
Yeah, you already know what it is, y'all, man. It's Timo. Yeah, we back with another one. Y'all already know we coming at y'all a little different this week, but y'all can follow me at Off the Top _media, as y'all see right there. We gonna, keep throwing different things out there for y'all, keep bringing these shows out for y'all, and try and just give y'all these bangers leading up to our live show, our live season finale that we have at the end of the season, y'all. So if y'all haven't got it, we all gave y'all the IGs. Make sure if you want to come to the show and see this in person, click the link in one of our bios and make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Y'all. But you already know how it is, man. We coming with the top 5. But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with y'all, fellas?
Man, how you doing today, sir?
No, everything good. Everything good. I know. I mean, Butter said he was bouncing back. And what you drinking on tonight, Timo? I know Butter, we gotta start. This is a thing for Timo. This is a thing. We gotta make sure that the people know what you're drinking on.
Yeah, are you on? I'm sipping on some Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay.
Some Josh.
Some Josh. Not he don't got the Drake with it, just the Josh. All right.
You already know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That Josh.
All right now.
I'm sipping Kool-Aid today, Timo.
You sipping Kool-Aid? You recovering from Barb's Alive, huh?
Yeah, from last night taking all them shots. I woke up head ringing like I'm on.
Shout that out too. If nobody has seen the live that Butter was on Friday night, go check that out on NYC Pod's Instagram page. But they had Butter on there as a guest. It was an amazing show. Definitely, y'all go and tap in and check that out as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, but what to call it? Something just to go ahead and we get started. I happen to be scrolling. Y'all already know I'm a huge diehard Washington fan. Diehard Washington fan. Even
sucks to be you. It sucks to be you, but go ahead.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, what's it called? You already know how. Yeah, hey, you already know about it. You know what it is. But we, what I'm saying, Dwayne Haskins, who used to play with us, what I'm saying, he definitely pissed me off a lot of the times while he was with us. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we already know that was a tragic situation happened to him. The man had got into a critical accident. I think he ran out of gas, while he was on the highway in Florida. And he's walking to get some gas and ended up getting killed, hit by a truck and hit by a car. Oh, I think it was a truck, and ended up getting killed instantly on scene. I mean, buddy, I think you have the video, right?
Play that first 1 minute video, Butter.
Gotcha.
New audio from Dwayne Haskins' death was released today, and warning, it's very disturbing. A new report today revealed that Dwayne Haskins called his wife at 6:40 a.m. just after his car ran out of gas on the highway. Haskins' wife called 911 just after he went unresponsive, but what she didn't know is that there was a drunk, unconscious woman in his passenger seat at the time of his death.
Because my husband was stuck on the side of the highway getting, like he had to go walk and get gas. I just want somebody to go in the area and see if his car's there, if he's okay, if anything happened to him.
Ma'am, all right. So I don't want you to panic, but I'm going to be honest with you. You do have an incident on the highway, but I can't confirm if that's your husband or not. We have units en route right now. I think rescue just got on scene. Hang tight.
Rescue? Who's the rescue?
1 second, ma'am. Just hang tight.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, y'all seen, so apparently he ran out of gas. And, so he ran out of gas on the highway. He was walking to go get gas and ended up getting struck by a truck and ended up getting killed on scene. Now, a lot of people, anybody who don't know who Dwayne Haskins is, he's former quarterback. He was drafted to the Washington football team, former Redskins, and who ended up getting released, and then he was playing for the Steelers. Now, the point of the whole topic is, I seen basically an article, and I seen a picture. It was basically talking about how, at the funeral, basically talking about how his parents, I guess his wife who we heard talking in the video, the parents never met the wife, so they were basically saying that they will not be attending the funeral because they don't want that to be the first time that that they're meeting his wife, who they have never met before. Now, that's the part that really stood out to me about what we're gonna be talking about tonight. What y'all think about that, fellas?
But I mean,
we-
and I do, like I said, I feel like that's the major topic at hand that people really are debating, whether that decision by the parents is the best decision or whatever it is. But I feel like we also, before we get into that, I think it's good to, if people, because we don't know a lot of our viewers if they watch football or familiar with it. Like I said, you're a Washington fan, so you first close up and personal, who it is, but for people that's not familiar with it, let's kind of give them a little bit of a backstory about Dwayne Haskins himself, in his startup of his football career. So I mean, I think Butter has a minute 3, Butter, a video. Give people a little backstory on him.
Okay.
This is so sad. Dwayne Haskins was born in 1997. He went to high school in Potomac, Maryland, and committed to Ohio State University out of high school, where he studied journalism. And he only started for 1 year at Ohio State, but he absolutely torched all of the single-season offensive records. He ended up 3rd place in the Heisman Trophy ranking as well. He skipped his junior and senior year at Ohio State to declare for the draft, where he was selected 15th by the Redskins and earned a 4-year, $14 million contract. But his NFL career had some bumpy times. In his first career win against the Lions, the team went into victory formation to seal the game, but Haskins was nowhere to be found. He was taking a selfie with a fan, so they had to put a backup in to snap the ball. The next year he worked his ass off and lost 7% of his body fat on his way to being named the starting quarterback for Washington, but the drama wasn't over yet.
Photos of Haskins partying indoors without a mask, reportedly at a strip club.
A little background, a little background knowledge on the startup and where his football career started at, and his struggles that he may have had on the field and different stuff like that. For like I said, for those people that's not a football fan or really follows the game, it kind of gives you more perspective of what type of person this guy was. But like T-Mo was saying earlier, it does come down to the accident at hand. After his incident that he had, he was getting back right. I mean, I think T-Mo said he was playing for the Redskins, and the Redskins or the football team, and at a certain point, his career was going down. The teams wasn't giving him the same level of love, and so he was on the bounce back. He had just got signed to a new team, and he was looking to restart his career to where this tragic accident has happened. Now he has this tragic accident. And so now we go to what happens next. What happens next at the funeral? And but if you can play the 49-second video.
In July of 2021, the police were called to the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas, where Dwayne Haskins allegedly had a split lip and a fractured tooth after being punched by his wife in an altercation. Haskins had allegedly left his wife and her friends behind at a nightclub, which aggravated the assault. The couple was in Las Vegas renewing their vows after having just gotten married a few months prior. Haskins was taken to the hospital that night to treat his injuries, and the charges were eventually dropped. On April 9, 2022, Haskins was serving as the backup quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, practicing with some teammates in South Florida when his car ran out of gas at 6:30 a.m. He attempted to walk along the shoulder when he was struck by a dump truck and killed.
And that's the issue at hand. That's the issue at hand. As it was briefly mentioned, the parents are feeling some type of way about going to the funeral because this is the first time they will be interacting with the girlfriend that they know. It's been public, like I said, it's been on record that they have had incidents involving domestic violence. And so the topic that we have, and that what Timo started off with, is what is everybody's take on it? What do people feel? Do they feel like the parents shouldn't miss a funeral? That's their son. It don't matter who's there. You should be there for your son. Or is it, you don't want to meet this woman in this life? You know all the stuff that she done to your son. You don't want to be the funeral the first place. You mourning your child, and the first place that you see her is at a funeral. What's your takes on it, Timo?
I feel like for real that I don't know, bro. See, that's the crazy. That's the part that's wild to me. I feel like it's wild. I feel like it's selfish, and I feel like really you worried about all the wrong things for real. I mean, you worried about. I mean, you wasn't worried about her before. You don't have to be worried about her now. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the funeral is about your son, not her. She's gonna be there because that was his wife. But I mean, you don't have to really say nothing. You can chalk it up, and go ahead and let that be the time to meet her. I don't know. Like, do y'all feel like that? They said that they feel like they didn't want the funeral to be the place where you met the wife, where they met the wife. Do y'all feel like that would be a bad time in a meeting her?
What you think, Butter?
I don't know. I can't speak for them, but they probably like thinking like they probably already didn't like her or had a certain type of feeling about her that they didn't want to meet her on that day. You know what I'm saying? So they wrong for not going to the funeral though. Just in my opinion, I think they wrong because that's their son.
No,
At the end of the day, no
no,
matter if they met her or not.
no. Yeah, but I mean, but the thing is though, they had a separate funeral. From what I read up, they was gonna have their own service for him. Now the thing is, I don't know. Yeah, she said it's not about the wife. Now the thing I don't know is like, okay, do you have a funeral or I mean, a memorial service, whatever the case may be? Because I mean, like, he probably was only at one of them. You know what I'm saying? They probably wasn't transferring him from one funeral to the next. Just so he can be at both funerals. So it wasn't really the same.
Mm.
If they had two different funerals. So I mean, like, I think you're really worried about the wrong things in a lot of situations. What do you think, Noah?
Well, I mean, like I said, you just gave me some information because in my mind I was thinking there was no. I mean, I know it's a memorial service than the actual funeral where the body is at. So in my mind, there is no possible way that you can have two separate funerals because it's only the body will only be at one place at a time. So I do feel like I feel like that being their son, regardless of the circumstances, sometimes you got to put how you feel to the side and say, this may be the last time I can see my son before he's in the grave. So so you have to go out and at least, see him one last time. Like I said, the wife at hand, y'all don't even, and like I said, it's to the deep of, I don't know how. Are they saying that this the first time they're meeting her, so they feel like it's gonna be tension or it's gonna be words or whatever it is? But if you feel like that, you should go in with the mindset that this, like they said in the comments, it's not about her. It's about my son. Like I said, that's his parents. It's about him. We came to see him. They could be in the field together. They don't have to say nothing to each other. They don't have to speak whatsoever. They just go there to see their son and continue on. So I just feel like, I mean, like I said, I can understand feeling some type of way, but the circumstances at hand and how he died, I mean, I don't really. And then with the circumstances too of, you may have to eventually deal with her anyways. So you basically telling me I'm gonna miss the funeral, but I'm gonna meet her someplace outside of funeral.
Why would you have to eventually deal with her?
But that's what I'm saying. That's his wife. We
Did they have
don't
any
know
kids?
that, but it could be something he left for the wife or something. I don't know. It could be something to where they might have to get some paperwork, or, well, I need this paperwork from you. It could be when people die, sometimes it's a frenzy. Like, it's a lot of information that you need to find, put together, and different stuff. So, she might got to ask the mama for something. We don't know. So my thing is, you're gonna say I'm not going to the funeral because I don't want to meet her. So you basically gonna meet her on the line, and you never gonna meet her. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is the goal is we're not gonna never see her ever, and I don't never want to see her. Then I can understand that. But if you miss the funeral and then go meet her up later on because y'all got to handle his documentations and paperwork or whatever it is, then it still don't make sense.
You ain't really thinking straight though around that time because your son already passed. You already feel some type of way about her. You know, there's a lot going on. You know, emotions flaring. There's a lot of shit you ain't really thinking straight at that time. You know what I'm saying? You just emotions is all over the place. That's one of the things you can't prepare for. I went when he passed. I looked at his story, and he was just, you know, living life with Najee Harris. They was out living life. Just having it up for about. On the story, I'm like, damn, this man dead. I read like on his story on IG, and he was just living life less than 24 hours ago.
Mm.
So it's like, I mean, like, that, for any parent to have to deal with that definitely is something. That's something wild right there, something crazy. But at the end of the day, that you ain't really thinking straight when it comes to. You could just tell that it's probably an emotional decision because, like you said, if they do have to handle some shit, paperwork or whatever the case may be, you thinking about that later.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably not even coming across your mind right now.
Mm. No, I do agree that in this situation, emotions do take over, and a lot of people, is like I said, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna be hard to not put emotions in there when you just lost somebody that was close to you. But knowing that this could be the last time that you see them, that should be in the front of your mind. That should be, okay, this is the last time I can see this person that, the mother, I carried them, and the father, I was there, watched them grow up, and like I went to the football. Like, you gonna just let this person just for that? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it just seemed. I understand you're emotional, and sometimes people make emotional decisions at certain times, but it just, why would you not want to see your child before that's the last time you can ever see him?
Yeah, that's the only part I don't understand. I
So,
definitely don't understand that part, being the parents not wanting to be at the funeral. I think, like Christina was saying, you can bypass that, during the funeral. You don't got to talk to her after the funeral.
yeah,
I don't even have to really talk during the funeral if it's that bad. But you know what I'm saying? The funeral ain't even about her. It's about the.
Yeah, no, like I said, the funeral. I mean, unless unless she gonna go up there and speak on his behalf. And then that's what I'm saying. I'm in my mind, I'm like, it's his funeral. If his parents ain't there, they're not gonna be able to speak on his behalf. And unless she gonna go up there and speak on his behalf, who is really gonna be the person that's gonna go up there and say the nice words for him and send him off? And so it just makes it more. I think it
Yeah.
really from the. Can you hear me?
Now we hear you. I hear you now. I hear you now. Yeah, nah, yeah,
Okay,
technical difficulty.
I think I think it really takes away from the funeral itself. People knowing that it's tension there, or the parents ain't coming, or the girlfriend feel this type of way, or whatever it is. It just takes away from his moment. That's his final moment, and now it's just clouded with all this extra negativity behind it. I just feel like I understand it's an emotional moment, but I feel like some people got to put their emotions and pride and whatever it is aside and say, this is not about how we feel about her. This is about him. He's no longer here. So if this is the last time we'll be able to see him, we got to take this moment. There is no second chance on this. Or after that, what you say, Timor, it's emotion, but after that, it's regret. Man, I regret. I should have. I know I felt some type of way about her, but I regret I didn't go to that. I didn't go to that funeral. Or I didn't regret. I didn't go up there and say how I
Yeah.
felt about her. Say it again.
No, I was saying, yeah, and I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. So I feel like they gonna regret that. I really do. Like I said,
I
they
mean, what
can't. They
about
can't.
you think they're regretting it even though they had their own funeral or having their
I mean,
own funeral?
is the body there?
That's and
It,
that's what I say. I think the body can't be at two.
can't be at
It
two
only probably
places.
got to be at one.
The body, if the only way I would say if they have a funeral and the body's there, if they say we gonna let her keep the body and we're gonna have our own memorial service and it ain't the
Yeah,
same. But it ain't the same. If the body at the funeral, it ain't the same. I'm sorry,
yeah.
No, that's facts.
it ain't the same. The body ain't there, so I don't know.
Well,
I,
Well,
one part that caught my attention though, when they were saying that when he ran out of gas or whatever the case may be, there was another woman in the car that was unconscious.
mm-hmm,
That's the part that's something that I didn't hear when I
mm,
was looking this topic up. So that's kind of like a red flag too. So the wife felt a certain type of way going to the funeral too. But
mm-hmm,
it was
yeah,
her husband.
definitely.
She really didn't know what he was into when he
mm-hmm,
wasn't
Yeah,
around her.
yeah. Because you were young, even though you know what I'm saying, you still a young football player. You know what I'm saying. You making millions. You were just living life. You was in Florida training. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you probably was really there having fun. Doing this thing.
mm-hmm,
And I heard that too. When I heard him say that, I'm like, damn, did I hear that correctly? That it was
mm-hmm,
a female in the car unconscious also. I'm like, oh snap! I was about to say because I don't know, but she already just seemed like she felt some type of way when you heard her voice one of them clips.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it definitely, like I said, it's a lot of factors that's playing into this, and like I said, I feel like this is information that still needs to come out a little bit later too. I feel like the whole story, if you feel every time you listen to the story, you feel like sometimes this ain't you still missing parts of the story. It's still pieces of the story that's not there, and so a lot of this stuff still needs questions need to be answered. But like I said, if we sticking to the topic at hand, just about the parents and the funeral, man. That's really a tough call. Like I said, that is a real tough call. And for anybody, like I said, I know Butter, you got kids and T-Mo. Like I said, that's any parent that says, I'm not gonna go to my child's funeral, man. That's a tough call.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I can never make that decision. Of course I'm
yeah.
going.
Like I said, and I feel like if we throw it back to if we throw it back to how they said back in the day, Timor, that when people used to be married a long time and then the husband die, and then sometimes when the husband die, it'd be a lot of random women that show up to the funeral, that he was, even his mistresses and all this show up to the funeral. It's along them lines too. As in, if the wife knows ahead of time going into the funeral that my husband was messing around and his mistresses may show up to the funeral, it's along them same lines too. As in, you gonna show your respects for your man. And like I said, if you got kids with that man, you gonna show up to the funeral and say, that was my husband, even though he was out there cheating and had other women. I still gotta. That was my husband at the end of the day, and I still gotta show my respects.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Crossing the highway is a dangerous thing, yo.
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
really just like damn. I'm like damn. But when I had looked this information up, I was like that. Cause at first when I heard it, I'm like damn, this nigga was crossing the highway. But then I said, then I found out, oh, he ran out of gas. I was like, but it's still like you said. When you just hear a lot of stories, when you hear the stories like damn, it's so much that you just like damn, what really made all this happen?
Like me watching the video, that was like the first time. I mean, it kept saying highway, but when you actually see, okay, they say highway, you actually see what the type of highway he was on and how he supposedly was trying to get across the highway. It looked like, yeah, that's like impossible. It looked like, how would you even
Yeah,
think? How would you even think to
yeah,
that you was gonna even make it across there anyways?
yeah. And yeah, what's it called? That's just I don't know. Damn. When I seen that, I was like, damn. I was like, man, I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you had to sit and wait for help.
But
You know what I'm saying? Because it could only went bad crossing the highway or something you don't really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So all cars going at different speeds. Just because you don't
yeah,
see the car don't mean the car not about to
or
come.
just because you try, you probably feel like, okay, shit, I could probably try and make it before this month before you get here, and it's
But,
like, nah, you know what
but
I'm
even
saying?
then, even
There's some
but I
cars
don't.
going 100.
Yeah,
Yeah. But even if, like I said, if you feel like I'm about to juke and get through this, hey, but even if you make it through, you still gotta go back. You still
that's
gotta
true.
go back across. So I said it ain't. He should it should have been another plan that he came up with. That I don't think that was the best option to really take that leap of faith to put yourself in that position, but. I don't know, but I also want to touch on too, T-Mo. Like I said, like in one of the previous videos, they was talking about, his domestic violence, with his woman and all that different stuff. Do you feel like the parents also may feel like the situation that he may have put himself in, the wife may have had something to do with it, or she had some type of involvement in it, or something like that?
What? Him getting hit?
Nah, just I don't know. Maybe like I said, in domestic violence cases, or if you're dealing with somebody who's been mentally abused, sometimes it affects your mental as well. As in you not thinking clearly, or you make snap decisions, or whatever it is. So do you feel like they feel like she may have played a part in his death?
I mean, I ain't gonna say that because I don't think she can't really control. I mean, I wonder what she probably said because he told her that he had to go get gas. So I'm wondering I'm wondering what was said. As far as I'm wondering what she said. Like, oh babe, I don't think that's smart. You know what I'm saying? If you going to get gas, maybe she didn't know he was about to cross the highway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out what was really said because you realize, oh, nah, babe, because the dude's a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? He's making it seem like he got the kind of problems that we probably got for real. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Where we run out of gas now, we gotta walk to the next exit. It's like, I mean, I feel, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they have way more avenues. I'm surprised that he even ran out of gas.
Yeah, but you got to think about it like this too. when you doing something you ain't supposed to be doing, you make irrational decisions.
And there you go. And see, now you getting
Yeah,
into it, but it's getting
You know what
into
I'm
yeah.
it.
saying? And it seemed like one of those situations where you know what I'm saying, he made a rational decision because he definitely ain't want his wife to come help him. You know what I'm saying? So because with him
No, he
having
was in Florida. He was in Florida training.
oh, but what I mean, even still, like he didn't want the police to be like, oh yeah, he got another woman in the car. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, because that still would have been detrimental to him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Especially,
yeah, they getting out. They basically yeah, but Butter saying the information getting out. So maybe he was trying to hide the fact that he was hiding something, and he didn't want it to get out. So he said, I can't really tell nobody because I feel like because I feel like he told. Is it that he told his wife to call 911, or she just called 911 herself?
No, she said that she kept trying to call her. He told her that he'll call her back after he got gas, and
Mm.
then I guess she kept trying to call him, and then he wasn't answering, and she was calling over and over. That's what I read up. She was trying to
Okay.
call him over and over again, and he wasn't answering the phone. So she eventually called, and then tried to get information, and she said they did say you see that they telling her like, look, yeah, as was an accident on the highway. But I'm not sure. I can't really tell you if it's your husband right now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but my thing was, when I thought she was about to tell her something else. I was like, when she said, I don't want you to panic right now, and I'm thinking like, man, how you gonna tell somebody not to panic in a situation like that?
Mm. I mean, that's we always try to keep them calm and keep them cool and collected, even in the craziest situations. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, because in my mind, like I said, I don't understand why. Like Butter said earlier, maybe he didn't want nobody to find out. But I'm like, why are you telling your wife to call? You could call him yourself. Like everything that he telling his wife, he could have called AAA. He could have called whatever he had to do. I'm trying to figure out why he took it upon himself to say, I'm gonna just I'm gonna handle this myself. Like I don't know. Like he could have called a teammate.
I was about to say that. Like, you took the words right out of my mouth. 'Cause like Timo was saying, he's not one of us, so he got different type of plugs and different type of people who will come do something for him just
Mm,
because who he is. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely could have called the teammate or the coaches or somebody else other than who he called.
mm. Yeah, it's just like I
Like
said.
like grown man Logic said, he said there's so much confusing info.
Yeah, it ain't making sense.
Yeah, but the part that the part that sticks out is when I did find out that she had what's it called? She had abused him, where I think they had arrested her for basically being physically abusive to him. I think she punched him to the point where he had to get stitches, I think, in his lip.
Hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? It actually hurt that boy and did damage to him.
Yeah.
And so, it already just shows where you already, first of all, they said he was born in 97. So how old did that make him? I make him, what do you call it? That make him about like almost,
25.
like 20, 25, 26,
Mm-hmm.
like 25. So that means he was about to, so that basically means he was about, he got married, he was married young. You already was in a situation where your wife was, physically abusive to you, so that situation probably wasn't even right from the beginning. So, two, when you hear that that he had an unconscious female in the car with him, it's like, oh yeah, that what I'm saying. So the parent, the when you hear all that type of stuff, there's probably more shit that we don't even know about. So, if there's more shit that we don't even know about, can you blame the parents for being like, oh no 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 no, I ain't going there? You like shit, no matter what it is, you need to be at that funeral.
You saying when it pertains to her?
Want to pretend? Yeah, I mean, just everything, because it's all everything that we just named. There's a lot. That's a lot of toxicity. There's a lot of toxicity. So at the end of the day, everything that's going on, it's probably more shit that we don't even know about. Parents like, oh, I'm not even trying to be around that.
I mean, I do agree. Like I said, but at this point, and like I said, how he died and the situation that he left it, like there's really no way around it not being toxic. There's really even with them saying that I'm not going to the funeral, that made it even more toxic. That put more emphasis that this situation ain't right, that everything is falling apart. So I don't if there is really it was really no way to make this untoxic. Like I said, all I was thinking about was, and this is the last time you can see your son. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking about. Like you seeing your son, not seeing your son is not going to change the toxicity or the situation. The situation is what the situation is. Now, are you gonna see your son before he get put into the ground? That's it. That's it.
Yeah. And like Christina said, it's still your child. Like no matter who you married to, that's still your child at the end of the day. So not being there for your child is like a disrespect to me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's like being disrespectful because you can look past what she did and all that because he's not here no more. So basically after this funeral, you don't really have to deal with her no more,
Yeah.
except for like y'all was saying, paperwork and stuff like that. Once they take care of all that, they don't even have to deal with that woman no more unless they had kids.
Yeah, and like I said, the fact that they didn't have kids, it's even less reason to really them to really have to have that much communication further on down the line. So, like I said, it just like I said, I think I agree with what Timo said earlier. It's a very emotional decision, but I don't know. It just don't sit well with me. It just don't sit well with me that, like I said, that's the last time you're gonna see your child, and you just like I'm a pass on it. It just don't sit well with me. The only situation I know, and I don't know, and I don't know if this is 100%, but I remember the situation with Kobe when Kobe died, and his parents they were saying his parents weren't attending the funeral and all this different stuff, or they didn't want to be a
Yeah.
part of the funeral or whatever it was. That's the only thing that I can really match to this or put close to this. But it might be a lot of situations to where people feel like I don't want to go to the funeral because X Y and Z happened, or X Y or such and such gonna be there. So
Yeah, now that was like kind of the same with the Kobe situation. His parents didn't like the wife.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It was like one of those same situations. I guess they felt like that she took the son away from them, and they stopped being in real contact with his mother and father. Or so, case like that. But grown man allowed to say maybe they rather have their last memory of him alive and don't have the image in their minds.
That too.
Yeah.
That could play a
But
part in it too.
yeah, I don't know. Hey, what's it called? Y'all, if y'all want to sit there and come in and chop it up for a second, and y'all give y'all opinion on what y'all take on the subject at hand, the link is in the description box for y'all to join.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what
Hey,
like
the link in the description box, y'all.
yeah, if anybody wanna chime in and give their opinions on this topic, yeah, definitely go ahead and join because we definitely want to get as many um perspectives of the situation as we can. I mean, it's kind of hard to really piece it all together, just not having as much information as we do, but the fallout of the situation is crazy. It is a crazy fallout.
Yeah, hold on,
Yeah.
y'all. We got one person over here.
Yo,
All the
What's
Taz,
What's
going
what
up?
up?
on, Ali?
hey, what's going on, man? How y'all doing, man?
What's
How you
going
doing, P?
on with you?
Man, chilling, chilling, chilling.
What's your
Like,
thoughts, man, on the topic at hand?
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, this type of situation, I will attend a funeral, and also, no, I mean, no matter what happened is, I don't care if the parents don't like you or not. just go attend to the funeral, just by respect, you know. Yeah, because you never know. I mean, I understand, people got ups and downs, but somebody lost their life, is you just that's the last time you're gonna see him, pray for him, praise him, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
it
but that also teaches though that like while we're alive,
yeah,
the people that we love, we gotta make sure we stay in contact with them, and you know what I'm saying, and stop waiting till somebody die before you wanna, get up with them and stuff like that. Like we gotta do better as that as people, as loving each other while we're here.
exactly,
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Because
Nah,
for me it's like, I mean, this one unexpected, he made it to a two different team. I mean, he was doing great, with the team. I mean, he was outgoing person, and then next one accident happened, he lost his life. You never know what way can you lose your life, stuff like. I mean, it's not a good feeling. But when it's time to go, there's nothing we can do, man. So
Yeah, no,
you feel me?
that's definitely true. I mean,
Yeah.
for the situation with the girlfriend, I mean,
Mhm.
how do you feel about that? Knowing that they said she, was abusive to him in the past, and the blowout that they had, and how you feel? You feel like that plays a major part of why the parents saying, I'm gonna stay away from that situation.
I mean, the thing is, for me, it's like I think the grudge is still there. Like when they see the face of that's what they remind them. You know what I
Mm,
mean? It's like and it's still this day, they're like, you know what? I mean, that's what you did to my son, blah blah blah. But and end of the day, no matter what it is, just go and attend by respect, and just and then whatever issue you guys want to deal with, do it afterwards, behind closed door. That's what I would see. You know what I'm saying? Cause I mean, somebody lost their life. Again, just go to the funeral, give respect, ever pastor say, whatever, move forward and then go deal with your personal family stuff afterwards. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it.
And like
Yeah.
you were saying, but nah, you know what's so crazy to me? Out of all the funerals in my life,
Hmm.
I went to out of all the funerals I've been to, I went to this one particular one,
Hmm.
and they actually was fighting in there. Young man lost his life and got killed. That's the first time I ever seen it, right?
mm,
Hmm.
So as the funeral was going on, you could see the tension from both sides. You feel me? So I'm just, I'm neutral. I'm just sitting back there looking, boom, boom. Next thing I know, they
Hmm.
chasing each other there in the back of the church, rumbling like
mm,
it's a go-go or something.
mm,
The pastor stopped the witchcraft. He stopped the funeral,
I
told them
mean,
to
were they
close the
young dudes
casket.
or something? Were they
You
young
know,
dudes?
huh?
Were they young?
Yeah, they
Man.
closed the casket and told them, yeah, this part
Hmm.
of the funeral is over. I'll meet y'all at the cemetery. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of the saddest things to ever see
mm,
because they didn't even get a chance to mourn them all the way in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Over and over, it was
mm,
just that moment. They didn't even get all the songs out. They didn't get to talk good about them or all the things that they do at funerals. And it was just sad. So you don't want it to be one of them situations either, where
Yeah,
they coming in with so much animosity and they end up fighting at the funeral. That's a viral moment.
exactly. That's for me. That's kind of immature. Because right now you is a somebody lost their life. I mean, you just fighting. I mean, being childish and stuff. Come on, man. You got to do better. At least have some little respect. I mean, I don't understand what's the point of that. I don't know what they try to prove from that. It doesn't make. I mean, that make it weak, man. I mean, to be honest, it's not something to be. You know, cause let's say for example, I lost somebody and I see that, I'm gonna be more hurt. I'm like, where do these people come from? They can come from different places, stuff like that. You just never know.
Yeah, it just make me look at it like, what was
Yeah,
all that when he was alive? Like, was
exactly.
y'all, taking
Hmm.
the right and the necessary steps to be around him while he was alive? Like, don't love somebody unconditionally once they gone. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? We should love some people unconditionally while they're here.
Yeah.
mm.
hmm
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
no,
And
that's facts. No, that's definitely facts. You know what I'm saying? So, would you think you feel like that that the whole, I guess, domestic violence situation, played a part, Alex?
Hey, I hate to say yeah, but yeah, T-Mo.
I mean,
Even though it was just one chapter of the book, but
yeah,
that,
that's
that, that's
That's one
crazy.
chapter that we know, but you could just tell that if it's that, there's a lot of other things behind the scenes that we don't even know.
Mm.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
nah,
definitely.
yeah. I do feel like that played a factor, and then like I said, for the story that Butter told too. Like I do feel like in certain situations it will be high tension, but to me it's almost like if and if you feel like you're gonna go to a funeral and you that mad that you're gonna tear something up, then yeah, you definitely shouldn't go. But I'm saying that to feel like that's his parents, to know that this is his final moment, to where people can show their respects. Like you said, the pastor giving the sermon, like this is his final time that you
Mm-hmm.
will put your differences aside for this one occasion.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you can't put your differences aside for this one occasion, then that's why I say the issue is. I understand. I'm not saying that they should come in and it shouldn't be no tension or they shouldn't feel no type of way, but they should know this ain't the time and place. Like what Ali said, this can be handled later on behind the scenes. Rather, if we gotta get into it, rather after he get dropped into the ground, that's what it gotta be. But at this
Mm-hmm.
particular time, he gotta be shown off. He has to be, given his respect for the time that he was here.
Yeah, that's right.
And another thing for me, how I see it is, if you're not ready, those type of gathering, don't come
Mm,
because you're gonna mess up chaos, and
mm,
it's gonna take a certain level that people might lose their life in the middle of the funeral.
mm,
Because people take it overboard. You never know what happened to the situation.
mm,
Things happen, but you know, sometimes the young they don't know like when what's the right moment to play and when time to be serious. But they
mm.
don't know the difference. You know.
Yeah, but
So
I think as being a parent, you don't have a choice but to go.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for the mother that carried the baby 9 years, and for
Yeah,
the father that helped make the baby. Like, I don't really think you have a choice.
yeah,
I don't think you get a choice in that. I think you have to go. No matter, I don't care if don't nobody like me in there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If I got animosity with anybody, I'm gonna go watch my child off the right way.
yeah, for sure.
See
Yeah,
what
that's
what
definitely
what
right.
what what plays into my mind too, and I don't know. I don't know if Butter has seen this video or one. I don't know if Butter team or one, but I remember it was a viral video up about, I think it was a woman at a funeral, and I think it was either her son or something, but she was at the funeral. She had the, I don't know if y'all remember, she had the gun on her. She had she
Oh
had the
yeah, I
she
put
had
that
the
up. Hmm.
yeah, she had
Hmm.
the gun on her at the funeral.
Yeah,
But I think it was somebody,
Oh
because I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
she was
yeah. I
afraid
remember that.
yeah, she was afraid somebody was gonna do something at the funeral or something like that. But even in that situation, she's like, I'm not missing this funeral. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna miss this
Yeah,
this last opportunity to be with the person that I love. And so she went as far as, like I said, to bring a gun on her and said, if anything happened, I'm gonna make sure nothing happened. So I just feel like it's to the extent of, how much you want to see this the last time you gonna see that person.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, for sure.
At first when I seen that clip, I didn't understand it. I'm like, oh, she wilding. But then, when you thought about it, I think it was a funeral in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They got the little gang wars or whatever the case may be up there. So she didn't want none of the ops to come in there and try to do something else. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So I like respect her for that, because take a strong woman standing there with a gun and be like,
Mm-hmm.
not today. You know what I'm saying? Not today. My son's gonna go. He's gonna go home right. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how much you feel about that kid. But I'm like, your kid 25 years old, at least 18 or 19 of those years, he been under your household or under your roof. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? It's no way that you can't set aside for an hour or 3 hours at the max to put y'all feelings aside with his wife.
Yeah,
Like that's the littlest thing you can do.
I was about to say you don't even know her though. You never met her or nothing.
Maybe
You
that's it
just all
too.
you just all you just know is the situation that happened, or situations. Because situations. He could have maybe expressed some shit to his parents. You never know. But at the end of the day, that's what happens when you express your, you expose your business. You expose your business or whatever. He's you know, a football player, so he's known. So a lot of his things is gonna be public. But you don't even know the girl. They said they didn't want to come because they don't want the funeral to be their first time even meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But,
Yeah,
but but I mean, do we feel like, and like I said, what you just said earlier, Timo, you was like, but they have never met the girl or anything like that. Do you feel like if the domestic violence situation happens between them two, but they're in contact or have met the girl previously, it will lighten the blow? Or you feel like, regardless of the conversation that they had with the girl or not having with the girl, you feel like it'll be the same outcome? That, she treated our son
hold
badly.
on,
We really don't want to be in contact with her.
hold on. You said it would it be the same outcome as what?
If like instead of, like I said, they said they have never spoke to the girl, never met the girl. Let's say that it was still a domestic violence situation between the two, but they actually have talked to the girl before or met her or whatever it is. Do you feel like they'll take the same stance as in, you know, uh, if she treated our son wrong and we still don't want to associate with her, we still not gonna come to the funeral because boom, like how she treated our son.
I guess that probably would play a part. You know how
Mm,
people be. It seems like they holding on to grudges and they don't even know the girl personally. They just know some shit that happened. So I can't really say. If it will really be different or not because you don't even know the girl and you making decisions like this, and you like shit. And then I guess make saying that we're gonna throw our own services, making it better, but it ain't really the same. We like you say, it ain't really the same.
Yeah.
mhm,
I'm not saying that
Yeah,
they didn't go to the wedding. You know what I'm saying? They saying that this will be the first time they get to meet her. So that means they probably didn't even approve of him marrying her. So they didn't even
yeah,
go to the wedding. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It could
yeah,
be a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh,
You didn't even go to the wedding.
Do you feel me? Because if they went to the wedding, they would have met her one time before. You know what I'm saying? But by them not even going to, them saying that they didn't know her. So I'm just assuming that they didn't even go to the wedding. So they probably didn't even approve of him marrying her anyway,
mhm.
along with the domestic violence and probably a host of other things that we don't know that's part of the story that happened. You know, because if that happened, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, and I agree to that. I definitely agree to that. But I feel like that's a topic at hand too. I mean, I mean, Ali, Butter, Timo, how do y'all feel about uh dealing with somebody that you know that your parents is not fond of, that you know that your parents not gonna be fond of y'all getting married, or know that they're not gonna really be a big factor in y'all life because y'all together. I mean, how do y'all feel about that?
what you think about it?
I look at it like they're not marrying your parents; they're marrying you.
Mm-hmm.
So your parents should accept the shit your decision and stand on it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, okay, if that's what you want to do, I guess I have no choice but to go along with it because you're the one who got to be with that person for the
Mm-hmm.
rest of your life or for as long as you be with them. But when it get messy, I'm definitely gonna say something to them.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't feeling it, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't tell them what to do or nothing. I'll just voice my opinion as being a parent because even though your kid could be 25, 30, 40 years old, and if you still living and you their parent, you still get to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they listen to you or not, you still get to voice your opinion. So, you know,
Yeah.
What about you, Ali? What you feel about it?
Can you repeat again what you said?
I'm saying, like, what do you feel about uh getting married or dealing with somebody that you know that your parents just not fond of, that when you dealing with this person that they may not attend the wedding or it may be tension down the line at other events and stuff like that. I mean, what's your take on that? Do you feel like what Butter said, that that's their relationship or whatever it is, or you feel like that plays a big part of what your parents think about your relationship?
I mean, to be honest, it's between me. I mean, depending on her and me,
Mm.
because I'm the one who found her. I'm the one who found her, and also they don't know her personality, and I know her personally because we with each other all the time, stuff like that. But I mean, either way, I mean, if you find your, I mean, let's say I find my bride, I'm gonna make sure that I want her. I don't care what the parents say, but I want her.
Mm.
That's what my masterpiece. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So just how I see it.
What what
So
what
you
what
don't care
about
if
your
her,
parents?
Hmm?
you don't care about, so you don't care if if her parents don't like you.
Man, it's fine. It's fine.
What about your parents?
I
Your
mean,
parents, you don't care about your parents liking the woman that you plan on
hey,
being
no,
with.
because it's now their relationship. It's mine. So you know,
Hmm. True, true.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and
Because
I,
at the end of the day, we are both grown. I mean, people. So we gotta pick out decision. Or do you want our parents involved in our relationship, or we just want to be independent or privately? No matter what the situation is. So yeah, Mhm.
and I feel you on that. Definitely feel you on
Yeah.
that. That's true.
So
But
yeah,
now we definitely that's good that you came up, Ali. That you came up, gave your opinion. We definitely appreciate you coming on.
I mean for sure, man.
We definitely
I do
appreciate you,
for
Ali.
sure. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I salute y'all, man. And
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you,
yeah,
sir.
you know what I'm
Appreciate
saying.
you,
I'll
sir.
be on the comment for sure.
All
All right,
right
man.
now.
all right, all
All
right,
right,
man.
all right, my brother.
No, that's a good one though, Noah. About is the person that is it important? What about for you? Is the person is it important that the person that you plan on being with and your parents get along, or they can at least coexist? Or you like shit if they
Uh,
don't coexist or they don't get along, I just won't bring them around each other.
I feel like, and what Butter said too. I was more on that side of the fence in my mind. But when I actually sit back and think about the dynamic, as in, like, I'm personally close to my mother, and me, I'm my mom's only child. So for me to go get a woman and then be like, okay, it's just me and this woman, and my mom's not gonna have nothing to do with that. I know that will really affect my mom. She'll feel some type of way about that. So to me, I would want to get a woman that I know that's good for me, and then I also say, okay, you get along with you know you and my mother can coexist and stuff like that. I feel like with that, it just makes life easier as well, because you got to understand, when you're trying to build a family, you might got to reach out to somebody who can babysit. So you beefing with your parents or whatever it is, you got to go out there and pay for a babysitter, X, Y, and Z. Or it's a lot of stuff that when you don't have your family behind you, that it makes life difficult. And I do agree that, yeah, if you find love, that's you and your love. If you want to stand by your significant other and say it's us against the world, by all means, I don't disagree with that. I'm saying, for me, in a perfect world, I would definitely want my mother and my woman to be cool, or she be cool and they can hang out. In a perfect world, I would want that. I wouldn't fight against it, but you know uh, for me to go out and try to seek out a woman, I'll make sure that she's good for me, and then that's one thing I look at too. Well, how y'all dynamic. Can y'all coexist? Because, like I said, that may pop up in the future. What about you, Timo?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I yeah, I think I feel like I would need to coexist because at the end of the day, in a lot of situations, if they can't coexist, if they don't get along, you always going to be in the middle of
The
shit.
middleman. Yeah.
You always can be in the middle of shit. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like them, your mom's coming to you saying shit about her. She's coming to you saying shit about your mom. It's like you probably not really relaying the message. Be the one trying to keep down the peace. There's a lot that comes with that. So you know what I'm saying, you end up being the middleman a lot of the times, and that shit don't need to be the case.
Yeah, I do feel like it's and those the people, and like I said, if you close to your mother and father and your wife, and like I said, y'all got kids, that's really your family unit. And so you don't really like it's already hard outside of the world. You don't want to come into your own world with your family, and y'all got the bickering back and forth constantly, and you got to diffuse problems here, diffuse problems there. So I do feel like I said that mother and wife dynamic, your father and wife. I do feel like if it ain't right, it's gonna be difficult down the line. Uh, Seeing how the Haskins situation is going, it's a lot of struggle. Just talking about a funeral. So imagine if he was stayed alive and this kept going on. This probably been a back and forth for a while. So it definitely plays a big factor.
Yeah, then you got to think about how the parents probably looking at it. He 25 years old. He young.
Mm-hmm.
He getting married so soon, and they looking at it as all. She just trying to marry you for your money,
That's a
and
fact.
Right.
That's a
Uh,
like
fact.
so we,
yeah.
we can't forget that we're talking about a millionaire. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He had a great college season, like they said on one of the clips. So they could be
Yeah.
looking at it like that. Oh, why you so fast to settle down with this girl or whatever the case may be? Just wait, give it time, get your career right first before you just start marrying somebody and they try to use you for the cash. Just
And
think
and
about.
and the fact that they haven't talked to her either, then
Mm-hmm.
they really don't know. Well, we ain't had a conversation, so she really could be what we think she is because she
Uh-huh.
hasn't said anything differently.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then most women in a situation like that, they would want to reach out to the mother, to the father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To show that, oh, I'm gonna be here for your son, no matter what. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? Like really talk to them to let them know that I'm part of the family now. So in order for me to be part of the family, I would love for us to coexist. Like how
Mm-hmm.
y'all was saying, I would rather have it like that too. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
want it like that, but we see this every day where the the one side don't like the husband, the
Mm-hmm.
other side don't like the wife. In a perfect world, you'd love for that dynamic to be combined.
Yeah. But and I feel like you made a valid point as well, brother. Because I feel like if we go back to what you said earlier, that you don't even feel like that the parents attended the wedding or the ceremony that they got married. That could have been a point to where this could have been resolved. It
Hmm.
was either one. It was either one of the two parties. Either the parents stepped forward and said, you marrying our son, so it's nothing that we can do at this point. If y'all want to be together, y'all can have our blessing. Or the girl could have went to him and said, I don't feel comfortable
Hmm.
marrying you until I actually have a conversation with your mother, or us sit down and let her know something. So I feel like on
Yeah.
both
They
sides,
young.
it was a stalemate, huh?
Hmm.
They young. He ain't thinking of. What I'm saying, he probably thinking like, shit. I'm Haskins. What I'm saying, I'm at the status I'm at now. I got the money. What I'm saying, I got me a bad joint.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, like it's probably a lot of stuff that's really surrounding it outside of the actual love and respect and all the other things that comes with it that they probably have for each other. Especially the fact that he had another chick with him in the car.
Yeah. Somewhere it wasn't. Yeah. Somewhere
Mm,
it wasn't no respect. I'm talking about between the dynamic between her and the parents. Somewhere that respect
mm-hmm.
got lost. But I don't know how can you
Or
lose
Haskins,
respect for
the fact
somebody
that she
you
beat,
never met.
or the respect for Haskins, she beat him and bust his lip
Yeah.
and made him have to get stitches.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Where's the respect for him?
That's true.
You
And
know
she
what I'm
knowing
saying?
that.
And you said what?
No, no, and I was gonna say that she knows she can do that to him because if he puts his hands on her, that's $1 million lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, Timo? He's put in a position where he couldn't strike her back, or you know what I'm saying, what the kind. Then he probably not the type of guy to hit a woman, period. So, but if he would have, it would have cost him money either way.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a topic too, just of when men get put in that position, but on a higher level when you're an entertainer, athlete or something like that. If you do it, it's lawsuits, money. It's a whole lot of stuff behind that you can lose everything off of an incident like that. And so that put him in a position to what Butter saying. It put him in a position to where he might have to deal with some stuff just off the fact of I can't afford to. I'm already in a tough spot. I'm trying to find a team or whatever it is. I can't have no bad publicity out there on my name.
Hmm. And
So
then the way the world set up now, once he married her, they he ain't get no prenup or nothing. She ended up leaving with millions and millions of dollars.
mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying, it looked like it sounded like he was trapped a little bit.
Yeah, that does sound like that. It does it does sound like they're definitely was well both. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the more you think about it, it just seems like with the parents not messing with her and how she treated him, it sounded like she was very, I guess, manipulative or whatever it was in
Hmm.
in that relationship. Because it seems like if somebody was really trying to ingratiate themselves, like I said, domestic violence situation is one thing, but if you have no contact with this boy's parents whatsoever, and you're not trying to gain that, then it's just like what is your ulterior motive? What is your goal that you're trying to reach? Like ladies, like you said earlier, they might have thought she was a gold digger, and
Hmm.
that could have been her role. She she never had a conversation to clear it up.
That's fact.
So
Yeah, and then people, we already know about the accountability when people are accusing you or saying certain shit about you because he probably telling them what his parents are saying, and but then it's a lot that comes with it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely an unfortunate scenario. You know what I'm saying? A young black brother doing good in life to lose his life at an early age. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of hurts because when you look at it, you be like, wow, the man had his whole future ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even
Yeah,
reached his peak in his profession yet. He still has years and years and years to learn and get better and
yeah,
better. That's the part that's so unfortunate.
and it's funny. He's from the area.
No,
He's
no,
from the
that's another
area.
thing.
He went to the Mather. You know what I'm saying? I got two cousins that, matter of fact, four 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 cousins that graduated from the Mather. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's from the area, so his parents could actually be living down in this area.
Hmm.
they definitely could. Like I said, and I know, like I said, for with y'all being in that area, like I said, this story does hit home for y'all. Just being in the area and y'all knowing that he was in the area, then he played for um the Redskins football team. So it's the mixture of this, just the background story and everything is just people in that area is very familiar with Haskins. So this story really touches home for for that area, and then for everybody else that really, if we talking about domestic violence, it touches a lot of different areas, and I feel like his story, and I'm glad that his story is getting this light, so people can understand what a lot of people going through, especially a black man.
Yeah, that's facts. That's definitely unfortunate, but that's all I can think about. But like, wow, you have everything one day, and you can lose it all in a matter of seconds.
That's it. I think that's the moral of this story right here. I think that's the
Hmm.
to sum up everything. I think that's the moral of this story. If you can lose, you have it all. You like I said, he was on a birth of a comeback and rebuilding his career, and in a split second, everything gone.
Hmm.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that just shows for real, y'all. We talk about a lot of real life scenarios. Just cherish life. You know, we just try and continue to do what you gotta do, put this work in. Cause you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, shit could just happen. You know, any moment, at any moment. So you gotta just basically make sure you do what you gotta do. Experience life. He was out experiencing life, and you know, shit just went down from downhill from there.
Yeah,
You
nah,
know,
definitely
he,
feel you. Give people their flowers while they're here. Don't wait till they die and put the flowers on their casket. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta start learning that to love each other more because one day you're here, one day you're gone.
Mm-hmm. That yeah, loving the people surround you, and I think making the most out of life. Like I said,
Hmm.
you don't never know when it's your time, so you got to make the most out of every day you got, because it could be in a split second. Everything could be taken away. So then I definitely feel like that's a like what T Moore said. We have a lot of conversations, and these are the type of conversations too that need to be highlighted. Just making the most out of your life.
Now that's fact. But
yeah,
then we got to factor in the only thing that's promised to you in life is death.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do in between that's on you.
That's on you.
But the one thing
yeah,
that's promised to you, you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's just like doing all the necessary things you need to do to put your name in a good light before you go.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No, definitely. Like you said, one there, brother. But no, this is definitely a good one, fellas. You know, something that needs to be talked about. You know, I know I showed this to you, brother.
How you
You know,
doing?
yesterday. I showed this to you yesterday, and it was something that he was like that we need to talk about.
Oh yeah, no, no,
But
no, no. Definitely something that needs to be talked about because there's so many things that have to do with real life that's going on in this one story. You know what I'm saying? Abusive wife, a young man, a millionaire, a family that didn't like the girl. Like it's just uh, so many things that you could say like maybe if they had more communication in between each other, maybe it wouldn't be like how it is now. The lack of communication has the story all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's the biggest part of it, just a lack of communication. And I feel like too, it's a ego, pride, and all of that too. Like I feel like that it's a lack of communication, then knowing how to put your ego and pride aside and saying, I need to have this relationship with this person just for something like this to happen. Just
Right.
for something like if something happens to the person that you close to, you need to also have some type of relationship with the person they close to too, so you can say, okay, what's going on? Tell me what's happening, so we can figure this out together. So you won't have to worry about at the end trying to put the pieces together because you don't want contact with that person.
That's true. Yeah, everybody put their pride to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what we like to do on here, have those tough conversations. But we hoping people having those tough conversations in their real life.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything you talk about not gonna be peaches and cream, and you ain't gonna like what people have to say. But we have to learn to, man up, woman up, and take and have those tough conversations with people in order to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If they would have been communicating and had those tough conversations, they would have been at that funeral. They would have been at that wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that could have happened if you had a person with a cool mind or a cool head. They'd be like, oh, no, 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 we ain't gonna do this like this. You feel me? Let's go talk to my parents. Let's go talk to your parents. We got to get some type of understanding, between all of us to make this work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, just in closing, like I said, we wish, like I said, we want Dwayne Haskins to rest in peace, and his soul be at rest, and we wish his parents going through a tough time. We hope his parents can go through this tough time, and figure out a way to really cope with what happened to their son, and kind of feel or better about the situation,
yeah,
and not let it just harbor on and on. And even his wife, like I said, I know it's a lot of stuff that's been said about her, but for all we know, she could have loved that man. So
Hmm.
like I said, she could be
yeah,
taking this
yeah.
hard.
Right, right.
So, like I said, we want to make,
Nah,
this
it's still
jab too.
probably hard. It's still hard, even though but it's still hard, even though all the stuff that we know is still hard. But
Mm-hmm.
before you already know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she could be thinking about like think about this though. She could be thinking about all the things that she done to him. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
or all the things that he done to her. Like that could be where her mind stayed at, and she could be going crazy. You know what I'm saying? In the inside, like man, I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. I should have communicated more. Like she could be going through more than what we know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's true. That's definitely true. Like I said, I know she's been painted in a certain light, but like you said, we only have little pieces of the story. Like I
Hmm.
said, she could be going through it just like the parents going through it. We don't know. So like I said, we try to uplift all the people, the parents, her, but hope they can get through this tough time of their life of losing somebody they loved and cared about.
That's right.
yeah, no, definitely, yeah, nah, but definitely, this was definitely a good one, fellas.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Y'all
yes
already know.
indeed, yes indeed.
No, we definitely, and they definitely a good show. Like I said, I think this the first show that in a while that we haven't had a guest. So like I said, it was good for everybody to kind of see us in our own dynamic and putting it together. So yeah, nah, this show definitely was a little bit different for us.
Well, no, you already know what we do.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
But sometimes you gotta
They go.
remind the people. Sometimes we
Yeah,
gotta
you
remind
already.
y'all what we can
Uh
do.
huh.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah, why they gonna see more of it when that live show comes, when that live
Speaking of
Hmm.
that live
podcast.
show, Timo,
You
go
know
and
what
hit
I'm
that
saying?
promo.
You already know what it is, man. What they call it? If y'all see all our IGs, if y'all trying to come tune in to the live podcast, make sure y'all click the link in the bio on our Instagram pages. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me at off the top underscore media. I'm gonna keep giving y'all updates from the show, posting clips, giving y'all content, and you already know how we going. So yeah, make sure y'all keep on tuning in. We're gonna be back next week, next Saturday with another show. And yeah,
Yeah, y'all already know. Like I said, it's Nova Noah. Uh, like I said, if you haven't, like I said, follow me on IG and everybody. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, if you click the link in the bio, if you have not subscribed, we're gonna keep bringing you banker shows. We're gonna keep bringing you hot topics. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's All Love Podcast. Subscribe. We could, like Timo said, we back every Saturday. A new topic. So we want y'all to be there when we go live. So please subscribe, and we're gonna keep these hot shows coming for y'all leading up to the live show. Uh, uh, I'm about to mess the day. I had to catch myself.
Hmm.
July 17th. July
July
17th. Leading up
17th.
to leading up to July 17th. We're gonna keep bringing these hot shows for y'all. Like I said, if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. The link is in the bio. And like I said, we appreciate everybody that's rocked out with us all throughout the whole show. Appreciate my man Ali for coming on as well. Ali
Yeah,
always
Ali.
shows
Yeah, Ali.
love.
Thanks for coming up, sir. Man, we appreciate you, sir. Thanks for coming up, man.
We appreciate Ali
definitely.
Ali joining us. And like I said, we'll be back next week with some brand new topics, discussions, everything. Go ahead, Butter. Give information, but before you close us out.
Yeah, man. Y'all know me, man. It's Butter TV. Y'all go follow me at Butter TV. Go follow at Noble Noah, and go follow off the top media. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to get y'all tickets, the link is in our link tree in our bios on Instagram. So make sure y'all get them tickets, y'all. They selling fast. So go ahead and get you a ticket. You know what I'm saying? And the place is the Arlington Seminar and Draft House in Virginia. Tickets $20. So if y'all want to see us live in front of a live audience, man, y'all come on out. And like the fellas were saying, every Saturday until then, we'll be live on YouTube. New topics, new guests. You know what I'm saying? Just coming, trying to give y'all something to think about. And, rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. And bless his
Definitely.
family. Hopefully that this tragic situation can bring them more closer together than to pull them apart. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, we had a tough conversation that might need to end in a hug. I'm Butter. Nova Noah, Timo, it's all love. Man, we appreciate all y'all, man. And
Yeah.
if you haven't did it today,
Mm-hmm.
give yourself a hug, man. Love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else will know how to love you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good show, fellas.
Right.
Same.
See y'all next episode.
For sure.